Let's go over to the running backs now. And Cam Akers is a guy who I want to highlight, as he was, again, a guy who's been dropped in a lot of leagues. He's been very frustrating, not done much. Personally, I'm not a Cam Akers guy, but I can't not recommend him because he's a running back who is getting work and could be overtaking a backfield. Even though I personally think it will be Alexander Madison, I do not think this one will work out. I have to recommend it because there's definitely some momentum going his way. I could definitely be wrong. I'm wrong. Been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. So this is one where if Cam Akers works out for you, it could be really, really good. He could be a guy who's a feature back. He's moving more into that role. He got the rushing touchdowns past week. However, personally, I would prefer these other running backs on this list, starting out with Emari Demercado. We've featured him a couple times on the Waiver Wire show now, ever since he broke out in the game with James Conner's injury. Then last week, he really came through for you again. This week, he had 20 touches. He just had all the work in that backfield. And again, we're in a situation here. Look at those teams on bye. Denver, Detroit, Jacksonville, San Francisco. That's 5 running backs across 4 teams that are pretty fantasy relevant, And so you're definitely going to have to plug and play some guys this week that you may not normally want to play. I was actually looking this morning at a matchup I've got for this upcoming week. I'm going to be playing Darrell Henderson and Chuba Hubbard. The other guy's going to be playing Cam Akers and who was the other guy? I don't even remember. Oh, it was Demercado. Duh, that's the guy I'm talking about. Demercado and Cam Akers versus Chuba Hubbard and Darrell Henderson in a non-PPR league. I just vomited in my mouth over the thought of that. But speaking of Chuba Hubbard, hey, that's another guy I want to highlight here. We highlighted him last week as well. He's moving into a larger and larger workload in Carolina. It didn't go well this week. The numbers were not pretty. You can probably get away with acquiring him pretty cheaply in a fab league, or if you're further down the waiver wire, because the numbers were not good. But he did have many carries, only 2 of them going to Miles Sanders. And so a lot of opportunity is going the way of Chuba Hubbard. The last guy I want to touch on is my wonderful little baby boy, Zach Charbonnet. Look, he's getting more and more work. He was on the field more than Charbonnet was on the field more than Ken Walker this past week. I think the pendulum's maybe going to swing a little bit towards Charbonnet. He probably needs a Ken Walker injury to really be relevant, but I do just think that Zach Charbonnet is one of the higher end handcuffs in this league, and I don't think that he should be on waiver wires. I think that there needs to be at least one team out there who finds a way to put him on their bench.